As the crowd waited in fear, suddenly the sound of rattles and bells filled the air. All eyes turned to the gate, and there came the native doctor, Okonkwo, dressed in red cloth with white chalk marks all over his body. Cowries hung on his neck, and he carried a staff in one hand and a calabash in the other. The villagers sighed with relief. Finally, a solution has come, they shouted. Some clapped their hands. Others bowed as he passed. Hope returned, because Okonkwo was known everywhere as the greatest medicine man alive. The elders quickly surrounded him and narrated all that had happened, how Dike died after opening the casket, and how Uche followed him the same way. They spoke in fear, their voices trembling. But Okonkwo only smiled and shook his head. You don't need to explain much, he said with confidence. I have already seen everything in the spirit world before I came. This casket is not ordinary, but it is a small thing compared to battles I have fought. Calm your hearts, for I have the solution. When the native doctor spoke like this, the crowd clapped again and shouted, Powerful man. Great Okonkwo. The savior of our land. Even the elders felt relieved. Ichimadu asked carefully, Okonkwo, do you mean this matter will end today? The medicine man lifted his staff and replied, By the gods, today everything will be exposed. I will command this casket to open, and we shall know the secret inside. His confidence gave people courage. Slowly, the villagers returned to their seats, waiting for the power of the great medicine man. Okonkwo walked straight to the shining casket. He beat his staff on the ground 3 times. Then he brought out white chalk from his bag, rubbed it on his tongue, and began to chant incantations. His voice grew deep and powerful. Spirit of the land, spirit of the sky, I command you. He shouted. He sprinkled powder on the casket. He poured palm oil from a calabash on the lid. He waved his cow-tail fan and declared, The power of darkness must bow today. This casket will obey me. The crowd watched closely. After all the incantations, Okonkwo turned to the elders and nodded. It is done, he said. The evil has been weakened. The curse has been broken. Then he shocked everybody with his next statement. He called out loudly, Madam Adiz, the wife of Chief Akpa, step forward. You will open this casket with your hands. The woman screamed immediately. She fell to her knees. Me? Huh? I cannot do it. I don't want to die like my 2 sons. Please, spare me, she cried bitterly, shaking her head. The native doctor raised his staff again. Madam Adiz, do not fear, he said in a calm tone. What killed your children has already been destroyed by my charms. You are their mother, and the wife of the man in this casket. You alone have the authority to open it. Nothing will happen to you. You will not die. But the woman cried louder. Okonkwo, I beg you. I don't want to open it. Let another person try. Please. But the elders surrounded her and began persuading her strongly. Ichimadu spoke softly. Madam, listen to us. If this man says the danger is gone, then believe him. He is our most powerful medicine man. You have to be brave for the sake of your husband and this family. Open the casket and let us have peace. Another elder added, Your husband's honor is at stake. The people must see him one last time. Don't allow fear to stop you. The woman shook her head, crying, but finally she wiped her tears slowly and said, All right. I will do it. Before she stepped forward, Madam Adiz turned to the native doctor once again. Okonkwo, are you sure? Are you 100% sure that this thing will not kill me? Her voice trembled, her body shook. The medicine man raised his staff to the sky and replied boldly, By the gods of my father and the gods of my mother, I swear nothing will happen to you. I have conquered greater powers than this casket. Go, woman, and fear not. His words convinced the elders, and they urged her forward. With weak legs, Madame Addis walked to the casket. The crowd was dead silent. Her hands trembled as she reached for the lid. She closed her eyes, muttering prayers. Slowly, she pulled at the lid until it opened wide. She gasped in shock as her eyes fell inside. Her body shook violently. She screamed once and staggered backward. "Oh my God," she shouted. Before anybody could run to her, she collapsed on the ground. She struggled briefly, her mouth wide open, then her body went stiff. Madame Addis was dead. The entire crowd scattered in chaos. Women screamed and fainted. Men ran in different directions. Some jumped over the fence, others disappeared through the gates. The elders stood frozen, their mouths wide open. "This is not possible," Ichimadu cried. He turned angrily to the native doctor. "Okonkwo, you promised nothing will happen. You swore on the gods." But the medicine man himself was shocked. He stepped back slowly, his face pale. This is beyond me," he stammered. And the casket remained closed once again, mocking them all. To be continued.